Raiders Nation, it's Michelle here, and we've got some explosive news coming straight from the Silver and Black's headquarters. You won't believe what's happening with our quarterback situation. Let's dive into this chaos together. An NFL insider just dropped a bombshell about the Las Vegas Raiders quarterback plans, and it could change everything. Is Sam Darnold the answer we've been looking for? Let's find out. After years of quarterback carousel, could Sam Darnold be the key to our championship dreams? Or will this be another chapter in the Raiders QB saga? Stick with me as we unpack this potential game changer for the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's explore if Darnold could be the franchise QB we've been waiting for. The Raiders have been through a tumultuous time with their quarterbacks, from Jimmy Garoppolo's stint to Gardner Minshew's brief moment, and now with Aiden O'Connell. We're still on the hunt for that franchise quarterback. As the draft nears, with the 6th pick in hand, the options seem limited, but an interesting name has emerged that might just shake things up. Raiders Nation, we've seen it all, from high hopes with Jimmy G to the excitement around Minshew and the late season push with O'Connell. We're still searching for that franchise quarterback to lead us to glory. The draft is approaching, but with our pick, we're not guaranteed a game changer. This year's class doesn't scream franchise QB, so the Raiders need to think outside the box. Here's the hard truth: with the 6th pick, the elite quarterback prospects might already be off the board. Names like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels are likely to be gone by then. So what's next for the Raiders? We can't just sit back and hope. We need to make strategic moves. And that's where our next topic comes into play. Enter Adam Schefter, one of the most plugged in NFL insiders who's been hinting at some interesting moves. On the Pat McAfee show, Schefter said, "I think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to make a move for Sam Darnold." This isn't just idle speculation. Schefter has sources, and when he talks, people listen. Could Darnold be the dark horse we've overlooked? Let's look back at Sam Darnold's career, from being the 3rd overall pick by the Jets to his time with the Panthers, and now as a backup in Minnesota. He's had a roller coaster ride in the NFL. He's shown flashes of brilliance, but also moments where things didn't click. The question is, can a change of scenery in Vegas unlock his full potential? Darnold's success has always been tied to the support around him. In New York, the young QB struggled with a weak offensive line and inconsistent receivers. Here in Vegas, our offensive line needs improvement. If we're going to pursue Darnold, we must also invest in the pieces that will make him successful. We've been here before with veteran quarterbacks. Remember the hope with Garoppolo or the brief excitement with Minshew? Each time we've hoped for a turnaround. With Darnold, are we repeating history or learning from it? This could either be a fresh start or another cautionary tale in our quarterback search. Raiders Nation, how do you feel about this potential move? Is Sam Darnold the quarterback we've been waiting for, or should we look elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters, and together we can shape the future of this team. Bringing in Darnold means betting on potential over proven success. This is a high-risk strategy, but in football, high risk can lead to high rewards. However, if it doesn't work out, we might find ourselves in the same quarterback conundrum next year. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off if everything aligns. What about other options? Could we draft someone like Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr. if they fall to our pick? Or perhaps we should look into the trade market for a more established name. Every possibility needs to be considered. We can't put all our eggs in one basket, especially not with something as critical as the quarterback position. Here's where strategy comes in. If Darnold joins the team, who will support him? We need new offensive linemen, perhaps a star receiver to stretch the field. The front office has some crucial decisions to make, not just about the QB, but how to build an offense that can compete in the tough AFC West. One angle to consider: could Darnold be a bridge to a future QB? Maybe he's here to mentor a rookie while proving he can still play at an elite level. This dual role could benefit both him and the team, offering stability while grooming the next generation of Raiders quarterbacks. Let's not forget the coaching staff's role in this. Can Antonio Pierce and his crew turn Darnold into a winner, or will we see more of the same? The coaching strategy, play calling, and development will be pivotal. It's not just about the player, but how the entire team adapts to his style. Raiders Nation, I want to hear from you. If we land Darnold, what do you expect from him? What would you like to see from our new QB? Let's get the conversation started. Your input could influence how we see this potential transition. Looking forward, this move could either solidify our offense or lead to another year of quarterback questions. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be an exciting ride. We're at a crossroads, and the path we choose now will define our future. Will it be a step towards glory or another detour in our journey? Alright Raiders fans, hit that like button if you're excited about this potential acquisition. Comment below with your predictions or alternative suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe for more Raiders news and updates. Let's build something special together and share this video with every Raiders fan you know. Stay loyal, stay loud, and let's keep the faith in the Raiders. I'm Michelle, and I'll see you in the next update with all the latest from Las Vegas Raiders news. Go Raiders!
Michael here, Raiders Nation. Are you ready for some earth-shaking news about our very own Max Crosby? I'm talking about the kind of update that could send shockwaves through the entire NFL, and it's all centered on our star defensive end. Let's get fired up and dive into this massive prediction. Teaser and hook. What if I told you that our star defensive end might be on the move? Yes, you heard that right. Rumors are swirling, and the stakes couldn't be higher for the Las Vegas Raiders. Strap in, because this could change everything for our team. And I'm here to break it all down for you step by step with all the passion of a true Raiders fan. Raiders fans, we all know the team isn't exactly in Super Bowl contention right now. The Las Vegas Raiders are closer to a rebuild than a championship run, and that's a tough pill to swallow for a fan base as passionate as ours. Despite having one of the best draft picks in the upcoming NFL draft and a ton of cap space, the team faces some critical decisions this offseason. With 17 unrestricted free agents and a star like Max Crosby at his peak, the front office has its hands full. Will they build around their defensive cornerstone, or could they be tempted by a blockbuster trade? The uncertainty is palpable, and every move they make will shape the future of this franchise. Max Crosby has not just been a player, he's been the heart and soul of this team. With jaw-dropping stats like 12.5 sacks in the 2023 season, he's proven time and again why he's one of the best defensive ends in the league. Crosby isn't just a star, he's the face of the Raiders, a symbol of grit and determination. But here's the question that keeps us up at night. How long will he stay? As much as we love him in silver and black, the NFL is a business, and stars like Crosby are always on the radar of other teams. His legacy with the Raiders is already cemented, but could the next chapter of his career be written elsewhere? Crosby has expressed his desire to remain a lifelong Raider, and that's music to our ears. He said time and again that he wants to finish his career in Las Vegas, building a legacy with the team that drafted him. That kind of loyalty is rare in today's NFL, and it's why we adore him. Yet the whispers around the league suggest otherwise. Even if Crosby wants to stay, the Raiders' performance, or lack thereof, might force his hand. Could his loyalty be tested if the team continues to struggle? It's a heartbreaking thought, but one we have to consider as fans. The Raiders have been clear. They're not looking to trade Crosby. The front office has reportedly shut down any talk of moving their star defensive end, emphasizing his importance to the team's identity and future. That's the kind of commitment we want to hear from our leadership. But in the world of the NFL, when the phone rings, you listen. Other teams will undoubtedly come calling, testing the Raiders' resolve with tempting offers. If the right deal comes along, will the Raiders stick to their guns, or could they be swayed? It's a high-stakes game of chess, and Crosby is the king on the board. Crosby's been vocal about his frustrations with the team's direction, and who can blame him? Playing at an elite level on a team that's been stuck at the bottom of the AFC West has to wear on even the most dedicated player. His passion for winning is evident in every snap he plays. How many more seasons will he endure in a team that's struggled to find its footing? As fans, we feel his pain. Watching a generational talent like Crosby fight for every yard while the team around him falters is tough. Could this frustration push him to demand a trade? The thought alone is enough to make any Raiders fan nervous. Now let's get to the meat. NFL insider Jeremy Fowler has some bombs to drop. He suggests that Crosby, alongside other top-tier defensive ends like Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson, might be at the heart of exploratory trade talks. This isn't just speculation, it's a league-wide buzz that could have massive implications. Fowler's sources indicate that teams are watching the edge rusher market closely, and Crosby's name is right at the top of the list. Even if the Raiders aren't actively shopping him, other teams are doing their homework. Could this be the offseason where everything changes for the Las Vegas Raiders? Fowler mentions Max, Myles Garrett, and Trey Hendrickson will all be involved in trade talks. That's a bold statement, but it makes sense. Elite edge rushers are the hottest commodity in the NFL. If the Raiders decide to entertain offers, the demand for Crosby could be sky high, potentially bringing in a haul of draft picks or players. Teams are always looking to bolster their defenses, and a proven star like Crosby is a game changer. But here's the flip side. If the Raiders trade him, they're losing more than just a player. They're losing a leader and a fan favorite. Is the potential reward worth the risk? That's the million-dollar question. Imagine the Raiders getting multiple first-round picks for Crosby. That kind of haul could fast-track their rebuild, giving them the assets to draft young talent and reshape the roster. It's a tempting proposition for a team looking to turn things around quickly. But at what cost to the heart of our defense? Crosby isn't just a stat sheet stuffer. He's the emotional leader of this team, the guy who sets the tone on and off the field. Trading him could signal a full rebuild, but it might also leave a massive hole that's impossible to fill. What do you think, Raiders Nation? How do you feel about this, Raiders Nation? Could you see Crosby in another jersey, or is he untouchable in your eyes? I know this hits hard for all of us who bleed silver and black. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. What would you do if you were in the front office? This isn't just a hypothetical, it's a real possibility that could change the trajectory of our team. As fans, we're emotionally invested in Crosby's journey, and the idea of him leaving stings. But we also want what's best for the Raiders long term. So, what's your take on this blockbuster scenario? While the Raiders might not want to trade him, other teams definitely will try. Every phone call is a test of loyalty and strategy, and the Raiders front office will be under immense pressure to make the right call. Teams across the league are salivating at the thought of adding Crosby to their roster. Even if the Raiders stand firm, the rumors alone could create distractions. How will Crosby handle the noise? Will it affect his focus or fuel his fire? As fans, we can only hope he stays locked in and continues to dominate for the silver and black. If Crosby goes, what does that mean for our strategy? Are we looking at a full rebuild, tearing it down to the studs and starting fresh? Or could this be a strategic pivot, trading a star for assets while still aiming to compete? The Raiders' next moves will tell us everything. The draft and free agency will be critical. But Crosby's situation is the elephant in the room. If he stays, he's the cornerstone of our defense. If he goes, the Raiders could gain the tools to build a contender, but at the cost of losing their best player. It's a high-stakes gamble either way. With the draft and free agency looming, how will the Raiders shape their future? Will they keep their star and build around him, or use him to reshape the team from the ground up? The decisions made this offseason could define the next decade of Raiders football. As fans, we're along for the ride, cheering for every win and agonizing over every loss. But this moment feels different, like a crossroads for the franchise. Whatever happens, we'll be here, supporting the Las Vegas Raiders through thick and thin. What do you see in the team's future? Let's play GM for a moment. Would you trade Crosby if you were in charge? Or would you build around him no matter what? Share your game plan below. I want to hear your boldest predictions and wildest trade ideas. This is your chance to step into the front office and make the call. Raiders Nation, your voice matters. Whether you think Crosby should stay or go, your passion for this team is what makes this fan base so special. So let's get those comments rolling. What's your vision for the Las Vegas Raiders? Raiders Nation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest from the Las Vegas Raiders news. Share this video with every Raiders fan you know. We're building a community of die-hard fans who live and breathe silver and black. Let's keep the conversation going. Do you think Max Crosby will remain a Raider? Or could we see him in a new uniform?